Hi everyone, my name is Mal. I'm currently a junior health science major, and today I have with me Dr. Z, or you go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Zelizer. A lot of students call me Dr. Z. So thank you for that, Mal. I'm chair of the health science department. We're a large department in the School of Health Technology Management, and I'm also program director of the health science major.
So I'm gonna go ahead and first off, thank you for introducing yourself, but ask her a couple of questions to kind of help students understand um, how to, go through college the best way. So the first question I have is, when you were in college, what helped you decide on your major or career path?
Okay. So I was the first person in my immediate family. I had relatives that had gone on to college, but we really weren't, we didn't really know them well. Um, so I came to Stony Brook because I wanted to be a kindergarten teacher. And Stony Brook at that time had an elementary education program as a major, as a degree program. So I remember with my mom, who, this was all new to both of us because nobody in my family, immediate family, had gone to college. We were at Stony Brook in the admissions office. At that time, many years ago, you had to come in and sign something in person. And I went and I said, well, how do I put elementary education as my major? And the woman said, oh, we closed that program. We're teaching them out. Our students already declared, but we're not taking new students. So it that was my passion. That was my drive. The two things that motivated me through high school was social justice. I wrote papers on social justice like nonstop, and elementary education. I wanted to be a kindergarten teacher. So I stood in the admissions office crying because I didn't know what to do and I had to put a major. And one of the admissions officers saw a professor walking by and said, can you please talk to the student? Because there was a line. And that woman, a very, very lovely professor, was a sociology professor, mostly in behavioral sociology. So that's how I picked my major. I didn't quite know, and I really didn't have anybody to help me kind of navigate
Mhm.
through how you would pick a major, how you would do this. We now have a fabulous career center. We have fabulous advisors on this campus that can help you navigate that. Because I think a lot of students come, unlike me, I knew exactly where I wanted to be. But then when life threw me a curveball, I wasn't prepared to like really make a decision of, what I would do, what major would I pick, where do my interests now align? Um, so that was my experience.
Okay. Well, thank you for your answer. And I can definitely relate. I kind of had an idea like, oh, I want to do healthcare, but there's just so much variety. And I'm still trying to narrow it down, and I'm approaching my senior year pretty quickly.
Okay. Well, I'm here to help you. When we're done with this program, I'm here to help you talk about it because now, having had that personal experience, that's my passion now. Well, still is social justice, but my passion now is helping college students kind of figure out their path. Having somebody, I don't know what path is right for you, but I know the right questions to ask you and the right almost sort of exercises to put a student through so that they actually reveal their path as revealed of what they should be doing during their college tenure and then where they want to go after they graduate.
Okay, thank you. So I'll go ahead and ask the next question. Was there ever a time you questioned why you went to college, and if so, what did you do to resolve those feelings?
Okay. Probably almost every day because I really was directionless. I took a hiatus. My college experience as an undergraduate wasn't stellar because I was a very shy, introverted young person. and a young adult. And I didn't know who to reach out to. So I ended up just kind of going, leaving, coming back, going part-time. It took me many years to get my undergraduate degree. And then finally, I stumbled across something that I was excited about. And after I graduated, I went on to this certificate program in drug and alcohol counseling. And it was when I was in that program, I had had some internship experiences as an undergraduate that
Mhm.
sort of like kind of opened my eyes to, well, where do I see myself realistically? And so in that certificate program for drug and alcohol counseling, one of the teachers pulled me aside and said, everything that you're saying, you embody social work principles, you embody social work ethics, and here the social justice piece is coming back around. You embody that, and the School of Social Welfare really is more about social justice than it is about. It does train you to be. I am a licensed clinical social worker. I keep my license active even though I'm not doing therapy anymore or counseling. um, but she said, I really think you should check out the School of Social Welfare. So that's how I ended up in my career as a social worker. Um, and then HIV/AIDS came along, our first pandemic that I've lived through. This is our second one. Um, and I met the woman that would become my best friend, and sort of just a wonderful person. We met in social work school, and we decided we had to do something about HIV/AIDS. People were being discriminated against. So that sort of kind of pushed me in my career. And then after I graduated, I did work in a drug and alcohol facility, but then came to Stony Brook to do HIV/AIDS work, and back in 1989. So I would say I've had probably a couple of different careers over my lifetime. And I think that's the Career Center will tell you that's pretty normal. Each one built on the other.
Mhm.
I developed new skills, new expertise, and then it led me to the next thing.
Okay. Wow, that's so powerful.
Thank you. And here's the thing, I think sometimes, and this is why I like being that person, is that I think sometimes somebody can look at a young adult and see qualities and skills in them that they might not be able to truly reflect for themselves. Like, so that woman pulling me aside and giving me that insight made me go and research Stony Brook University's program. I went, I met with the woman at that time was running the drug and alcohol counseling program within the School of Social Welfare. And that really solidified but I didn't know where to go. I needed to take a risk and to talk to somebody and have them kind of give me some guidance and some mentorship.
It's crazy how like an outside perspective can be like so much more beneficial even though you're in the situation.
Yes, yes, yes. And internships and experience, I'm a big supporter of that. Because when I was undergraduate, I said, oh, well, maybe I took a class in autism, and I said, oh, maybe this is what I'll do. And then I went with a friend that I met in class, and we did this internship together. And I said, I mean, I have people in my family living with on the spectrum with autism, but I said, I don't see myself doing this type of work. Like, I think internships help students see themselves. Do I see myself in this role? And then it was another experience that I had that I went, oh, I see myself doing drug and alcohol counseling, and that led to the certificate program, and then that led to graduate school.
So besides those two programs that you just said, the one in regards to autism and then the one in the drug and alcohol counseling, were there any other like experiences that you went through or that you would recommend for students to branch out to if they are still deciding on what to do?
Yeah, so I think my advice would that be is to meet with someone that can you can bounce ideas off, that can guide you. I'm a strong proponent, and find a mentor, and that could be a staff member, that could be a faculty member. That if you love the course that you're taking, go and talk to your professor about that course and see where does that prepare you for graduate school. Is there a track into the workforce, to get some experience before you go on to graduate school? And then, as I said, internships, internships, internships. I think that helps students begin to solidify, um, can I see myself pursuing this career or this educational path?
Okay.
I've unfortunately had students that have gone through a clinical program. I don't want to name the program because I don't want to say that any program is a wrong program.
Mhm.
But she was in it, thought that she wanted to do this, and halfway through her clinical program she's like, I really don't, I have to drop out, I don't like it. And she came and met with me, and then we talked about, and then I gave her some suggestions on what she should try, and then she found her passion. She's now in my master's in applied health informatics. That really was more of her passion than a clinical role in healthcare.
Okay. Wow. Well, you basically answered all of my questions. And I want to thank you again for taking your time to meet with me. And I do hope that all of your advice and guidance does help other students have a better understanding of, even if they are facing difficulties right now in regards to what major to pick or just how to get to their end goal, that all of your answers provide them with that guidance.
Good. And let me give one last thought. I think the academic advisors on this campus are stellar. So I think your first place to go to say, I don't know what I want to do, is talk to an academic advisor, and they'll guide you to the right person. If you feel like you can't just directly reach out to a faculty member. So hopefully you'll give my contact information
Of
here.
course.
So any student watching this, please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to meet you and to talk about your career goals, your educational goals.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mal.